Hello friends, I hope you all are fit and fine. So friends, today we are going to learn one of the important and the best poem from 10th standard English course book, and that is A Teenager's Prayer, composed by J. Morse. So friends, first of all First of all, I would like to discuss a brief summary of this poem, A Teenager's Prayer. What do you mean by teenager? The title of the poem is Teenager's Prayer. So what do you mean by the word teenager? Teenagers means a person whose age is in between 13 to 19 years. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 and 19. These all words ends with T-E-E-N, teen. Means this phase of life is called teenage. Look at all these words, 13 to 19, and ends with the letters T-E-E-N, teen, and these words or this phase of life is called teenage. अर्थात 13 ते 19 वयोगटातील मुलं, we call them teenagers, or in Marathi we call them किशोरवयीन मुलं आपण त्यांना म्हणतो. And teenage is very important in everyone's life. It is a prayer by a teenager to the God. Teenage is very important age in everyone's life. A teenager prays God to lead him and show the way of success. As I say, teenage is very important age in everyone's life because it decides the fate or future of that person. हेच वय असतं की ज्या वयामध्ये आपलं नशीब, आपलं करिअर, आपलं पुढचं भवितव्य अवलंबून असतं. आणि म्हणून म्हणतो की टीनेज म्हणजे किशोर वय हे अतिशय महत्वाचं असतं. इफ they go on the right path, it makes their life as well as others' lives better. But if they go on the wrong path, it is very difficult for them to bring them on the right path. Teenagers are having learning and a creative mind. म्हणजे या वयामध्ये, या वयोगटातील मुलांमध्ये काहीतरी नवीन निर्मिती करण्याचं, नवीन शिकण्याचं, काहीतरी नवीन क्रिएटिव्हिटी करून दाखवण्याचं त्यांचं हे वय असतं. अँड दे हॅव लॉट ऑफ व्हिगर अँड स्ट्रेंथ अँड एनर्जी इन धिस एज. लॉट ऑफ व्हिगर, व्हिगर मीन्स जोश, लॉट ऑफ एनर्जी अँड लॉट ऑफ स्ट्रेंथ इन धिस एज. They are always eager to do something new. या वयातील मुलं काहीतरी नवीन करण्यासाठी उत्सुक असतात. But in that eagerness, sometimes they might go on the wrong path. म्हणजे उत्सुकतेपोटी चुकीच्या मार्गानेही जाऊ शकतात असं हे वय असतं. And in this poem, the poet has described that the teenager is praying to the God. So let us see the detailed explanation of the poem line by line. Now I am going to read the poem first. I am going to read the first stanza of this poem. Listen carefully. This poem is composed by J. Morse. A teenager's prayer. Each day brings new beginnings. Each day brings new beginning. Decisions I must make. I am the only one to choose the road that I will take. Here, the poet speaks as he is a teenager. He himself as a teenager. स्वतःला एक किशोरवयी मुलगा समजून इथे कवी आपल्याशी बोलत आहे. And he wanted to tell the condition of the mind of the teenager. The condition of the mind of a teenager. Teenage is very delicate stage of their life. In this first line, the poet says, each day brings new beginnings. The speaker or the teenager says, each day brings new beginnings, means teenagers have new beginnings each and every day and new things to do every day. किशोरवयीनांसाठी प्रत्येक दिवस काहीतरी नवीन घेऊन येत असतो. प्रत्येक दिवशी नवीन गोष्ट करण्याची त्यांच्या समोर काहीतरी घडत असतं. And in the next line, the poet says, decisions I must make. Teenagers tell us that we have to make new decisions, whether they are easy or difficult, whether they are right or wrong. We ourselves to choose them firmly, and we have to decide what way we have to walk further. Means in the next two lines, the poet said, I am the only one to choose the road that I will take. I am the only one to choose. Means he tells us that we have to make new decisions. We have to make new decisions whether they are easy or difficult. We ourselves have to choose them firmly. We have to decide what way we have to walk further. म्हणजे जीवनाच्या प्रवासामध्ये रस्त्यामध्ये या अनेक प्रकारच्या वाटा आपल्या समोर असतील. त्यातील राईट अँड रॉंग पाथ कुठला असतो, कुठला आहे हे समजून तो योग्य त्या मार्गाची निवड या टीनेजरला स्वतःलाच निवडावी किंवा चूज करावा लागणार आहे. So let's begin the second stanza. I'm going to read the second stanza. I can choose to take the road of life that leads to great success, or travel down the darkened road that leads to great distress. The poet says, travel down the darkened road. Darkened means here evil, अंधकारमय किंवा वाईट दिवस. And distress means great worry, means यातना किंवा दुःख. The teenager have many things in front of him. Front of him there are many things, and he has to choose between the two paths. Two paths means one path can be lead him to the great success if he goes on positive and right way with a great thoughts. एक मार्ग कुठला जो यशाकडे घेऊन जाणारा असेल, to the great success. But if he goes on positive way, on right way with a great thoughts. And the next line, the poet says, or travel down the darkened road that leads to great distress. And the other road, the second road or other road of life that can lead him to the great distress. दुसरा मार्ग त्याला अतिशय अंधकारमय किंवा दुःखमय खाईमध्ये घेऊन जाईल. बट वेन if he choose the wrong path, if he walks on the wrong path, जर तो चुकीच्या मार्गाने गेला तर तो अंधकारमय जीवनामध्ये ओढला जाईल. So whether the teenager wants to go toward the success or toward the distress, he is himself has to decide. म्हणजे त्या कोणत्या मार्गाकडे जायचं, यशाच्या की डिस्ट्रेसकडे, दुःखमय अवस्थेकडे, हे त्याला स्वतःलाच डिसिजन घ्यावे लागणार आहे. सो लेट अस सी द थर्ड स्टांजा, नेक्स्ट स्टांजा ऑफ द पोएम. प्लीज ओपन अप माय आईज डिअर लॉर्ड, that I might clearly see. Help me stand for what is right. Bring out the best in me. Here, the poet or the teenager requests God to make him wise. Poet says, please open up my eyes, dear Lord. Means here the poet requests the God to make him wise. Why? To see the things clearly. He says, dear Lord. He requests, he pleaded, dear Lord, please open up my eyes. Means to make me wise. Why? That I might clearly see. Means to see the things clearly without any partial thoughts. So, the poet said, open up my eyes, dear Lord. चांगल्या वाईटातला फरक मला क्लिअरली समजू दे, यासाठी माझे डोळे उघड, म्हणजेच मला शहाणपण दे. And in the next line, the poet said, help me to stand for what is right. Means teenager just wants to get the help from God. Why? To stand for what is right. Stand for what is right means to walk on the right path. योग्य मार्गाने चालण्यासाठी हे परमेश्वरा, डिअर लॉर्ड, प्लीज हेल्प मी, मला मदत कर. और वे टू बी राइट अँड डू राइट. मला योग्य मार्ग दाखव, मला योग्य दिशा दाखव, किंवा माझ्याकडून चांगली गोष्ट करू दे. द पोएट सेज, ब्रिंग आउट द बेस्ट इन मी. Means as he wants to bring out the best from within. त्याच्यातील चांगल्या गोष्टी बाहेर येऊ दे. So whatever he wants, the good qualities. So that is why the teenager praying or requesting to the God to help him. And in the next stanza, means the fourth stanza, poet say, help Lord to just say no when temptation comes my way, that I might keep my body clean and fit for life each day. Here's the new word, temptation. Temptation means wrong wish, चुकीची इच्छा, किंवा त्याच्यापेक्षा पण चांगला आपण सांगू शकतो चुकीची गोष्ट करण्याचा मोह. मीन्स टेम्पटेशन, मोह, वाईट गोष्टीचा मोह. नाउ सी द एक्सप्लेनेशन ऑफ द फोर्थ स्टांजा. द फर्स्ट टू लाइन, हेल्प लॉर्ड टू जस्ट से नो when temptation comes my way. Means teenager here wishes that God should give him power, God should give him strength. Why? To say no in the temptation situation. The teenager requests God to give him courage when any temptation comes along his way. Temptation means a strong wish to do something bad or something wrong. एखादं वाईट गोष्ट करण्याचं प्रलोभन जेव्हा माझ्याकडे येईल तेव्हा मला ते नाकारण्याचं, नाही म्हणण्याचं मला काय दे, मला धाडस दे, मला शक्ती दे. And also the teenager wants his body, that I might keep my body clean and fit. And also the teenager wants his body clean and fit. He wants to keep him healthy and strong in his teenage. And so he prays God to keep himself clean and fit in his life. The poet just requests to the God to help me to say no so that I can keep my body clean and fit instead of being victim of bad habits. And that bad habits spoil my body forever. वाईट संगतींमुळे किंवा वाईट गोष्टींच्या प्रलोभनांमुळे माझं संरक्षण कर, मला फिट अँड क्लीन ठेव म्हणून परमेश्वराकडे प्रार्थना करतोय. नाउ द स्टांजा नंबर 5, that is the last stanza of the poem. When my teenage years are over, I know that I will see that life is lived its very best with you walking next to me. Means, so in the last stanza, the teenager seems very satisfied. He is sure that he will lead a teenage life in very successful ways. And for that, he wants the company of God. आपले यशस्वी जीवन जगण्यासाठी कोणाची कंपनी मागतोय, सोबत मागतोय? कंपनी ऑफ गॉड. And he knows if he has the company of God, he will live all his life in a very happy manner, in the best possible manner. आणि त्याला माहिती आहे की देवाची जर आपल्याला सोबत असेल तर आपलं जीवन कसं असणार? इन अ हॅपी मॅनर, best possible manner. So what is in the last stanza? The teenager says, when this phase of life, means which phase of life? The age between 13 to 19, it will be over. आणि ही किशोरावयीन अवस्था जेव्हा संपेल, then I will know I will be on the right path. I will be on the right path. Why? Because God has been by my side in my journey throughout. And I had lived the best in this phase of life. म्हणजेच देव माझ्या सोबत असेल, मी माझ्या ह्या आयुष्यातील ह्या स्टेज, ही फेज मी चांगल्या प्रकारे मी जीवन जगलेलो असेल. हे 13 ते 19 वय. And even at your home, the age that this is the age when you should be careful, and once you pass this age, you will become a responsible person. Even at your home, your parents also always say you guide you that you should be careful. प्रत्येक जण तुमच्या घरामध्ये मोठी माणसं सांगत असतात, you should be careful in this stage of life. And when this stage of life, this phase of life is over, you will become a responsible person who knows, who will able to decide what is right and what is wrong. So that's why here poet urging God. The poet requests God. He is speaking to God, that he is requesting to God what? What is he requesting? In the first two paragraphs, the poet is talking about how much stress in this stage to take a decision to decide he is right or wrong. पहिल्या दोन कडव्यांमध्ये तो थोडासा स्ट्रेस मध्ये दाखवलेला आहे, ह्या अवस्थेमध्ये असतो टीनेजर. And in the third and fourth stanza, the poet requests to God to help him to go away from the temptation. To go away from the temptation. प्रलोभनांपासून मला बाजूला ठेवण्यासाठी मदत कर, and to say no. And in the last or fifth stanza, what does he say? That if God is there through these years in his life, what will happen? जर देव आपल्या बरोबर या संपूर्ण फेज मध्ये असेल, 13 in between 13 to 19, what will happen? He will know that he has spent this phase of life certainly in a better way. नक्कीच चांगलं जीवन त्याने घालवलेलं असेल. He will be sure about every day if God will be there with him in this phase of life. त्याला खात्री आहे की देव आपल्या बरोबर दररोज अगदी प्रत्येक दिवस या फेज मध्ये आपल्या बरोबर असेल. So in the last stanza, the teenager request, he actually says he will be cherish this phase if with God besides him. So in the poem, what do we have seen? या कवितेमध्ये आपण काय पाहिलं? In the first two stanzas, the poet talks about the difficulties faced in the teenage years. And in the next two stanzas, stanza number 3 and 4, third and fourth stanzas, the poet requests God to be besides him on the walk of life. And the fifth stanza, in the last stanza, that he is very sure that if the God is beside him, he will be able to come out the best version of him. Means he will be really be able to become the wonderful person of this phase of life, will be spent away from temptation on the good road which leads to success and happiness. So in this way, the poet has requested to God and he is talking to God. So, in this poem, the poet or the teenager has directly addressed to whom? He directly addressed to God. And now look, the figures of speech uses in this poem is, one of the figure of speech is apostrophe. When you make a direct address to someone, or you talk directly to the person who is not present, or speak to an unknown object, then the figure of speech is used is apostrophe. And inanimate objects or an unknown person, then the figure of speech used is apostrophe. So here you see that in the complete poem, the whole poem, the teenager is talking to the God and requesting him, please open up my eyes, dear Lord. It is one of the example, and in this line, the figure of speech is apostrophe. So friends, I hope you might have understood the poem. You can go through the poem and try to understand what does the poet wants to convey, what you should be careful at this phase of your life, that is the period between 13 to 19. And in the end, I would like to tell you that you have to complete the activities given under the workshop, page number 4, 5 and 6. And There are some questions. These are very important questions about the appreciation of the poem. So you have to complete the appreciation of the poem also. Some points are given on page number 5. So I hope you will complete all the workshop activities.